Hi everyone, my name is Arden Tomaski. I am a gold mentor and leader here with Young Living and the founder of the EO Glow. I wanted to go over your premium starter kit today so that you have a little bit better knowledge of all of the amazing benefits and uses that you can utilize it for right away, right out of the package. So let's dive in. I am going to talk today about this premium starter kit that comes with the Desert Mist diffuser. Of course, there are other diffusers that you can upgrade to. This is in one of the basic models. It's one of my favorite diffusers. It's just beautiful. It has this Moroccan style to it, and it has, I think, 6 different light features as well, including a candle flicker setting. So you can really set the mood. So to fill it, you'll just take this off. This is his little hat right here. And then you've got this little guy inside. Now, there is a water level line right there. You'll fill it with regular tap water or filtered water from like a Brita filter. Do not use distilled water. It just will not, you won't get the mist as well. So you're gonna fill it to right about there, and then you'll just add your drops of oil on top. You'll put his little hat back on. And he should be plugged in right underneath. Sometimes people try to turn it on and it doesn't turn on. It's usually because the plug's not pushed in all the way. So make sure that that plug is pushed in all the way. And then, sorry, I'm getting a notification. And then you'll press the on button. When you press it on one time, it'll automatically go on for 10 hours. You press it again, I believe it changes it to 6 hours. And then you press it again and it'll actually turn off. And then this is the light setting. So once you turn it on, you can change throughout the different lights. You can actually choose it so that it oscillates through all of the lights. So it's a very beautiful ultrasonic diffuser. Very important that you're using your ultrasonic diffuser with your Young Living oils, because any other diffuser that's gonna have some type of heating element will actually just destroy the oil. So again, Desert Mist diffuser. And then when you get your kit, it's gonna come in this beautiful packaging, which I absolutely love. And you'll just slide it off like this. And you'll have a little tab on the side. Open that magnetic case up and pull the oils out. Now here's a little hint. On the back of this, you can actually fold these in and push this little part down. And now you have a stand. So you can set up your oils somewhere that you're going to use them. Open them up, get them out there. You don't want them sitting in a box somewhere in a drawer. You're not gonna use them, all right? Now right here, there's a little tab you'll see. Pull that tab up because underneath you're actually gonna find 2 Ningxia Red sample packets. And now one of the newest things that they'll be including in all of your premium starter kits are actually that Thieves household cleaner. That's concentrated, so make sure you heavily dilute that. Usually you can use a quarter package with a full bottle of distilled water to make a cleaning agent. You'll also have a little black lid and roller fitment. So you can actually attach this roller fitment by taking any of the little plastic parts off on the inside, and then this will be its new lid. So you can turn any of your roller bottles or any of your oil bottles into a roller bottle. And then you'll also get 10 little drams. These are glass little containers that you can use to make your own blends or to get some oils on the go, pop them in your bag, share with friends. I usually end up giving these out because my friends are like, what? How did you get rid of your headache? And I'm like, let me just give you some peppermint. And then you'll have little share cards as well. So you can pass those out with your, and that's where your stress away is actually going to be hiding. So make sure you pop out that stress away oil. We all need a little stress away in our lives, right? So once you've got that all situated, so I'm going to tell you my favorite top 3 uses for each oil in the kit. So before we get started, again, if you haven't been to one of my classes in person, I do want to go over my my little bit of my beginning. So a little bit about myself. I'm a mom of 2 boys. They're very active. My oldest actually had car sickness for a very long time, and it was really bad. We went through 12 car seats in 5 years, and it was pretty bad. So my girlfriend actually gave me an oil to use, and I had no intention that it was going to work. I did not believe it was going to work, but it did. And it worked without me needing to believe in it. And he has actually not been car sick in almost 4 years now. And he reads every day in the back seat of the car, which would make anyone car sick. So that was what brought me to starting to utilize oils in my life. And what I learned just from diving into essential oils is that they're a lipid soluble substance. So they actually cross your blood-brain barrier. They're very finite molecular structure. Unlike that over-the-counter medicine that you're trying to take for a headache that's blocking your pain receptors, this actually gets into your cellular level, can get into your DNA. It's very, very powerful. It's also very potent. So 1 drop of essential oil can get every cell in your body in 20 minutes or less. And it'll stay in a healthy system up to 3 hours. So it's pretty powerful. Another thing that I learned about essential oils is that they're not all created equally. So a lot of oils that are in the US actually only have 5% essential oil, and they're allowed to say that it's 100% on the bottle. So it could have 95% fragrance, synthetic oil, hexane, brake fluid, you name it, it could be in that oil, and they do not have to tell you. So that is unfortunately the FDA regulations and standards in the US. However, a lot of other countries do have a little bit higher of a standard. We haven't caught up to them yet in that aspect. So be very cautious whenever you're in the store. Not all essential oils are created equally. These are the purest essential oils that you're gonna find from one of the top ethical companies in the world. So one of the really cool things about Young Living is they have the seed to seal. You'll see it all over their packaging, the beautiful seal. So the seed to seal is actually their 5-step standard. So they take everything, they're actually in charge of every single step of the process, from the seed to the cultivating, distillation, testing, and sealing. They do every single part of the process. So they don't broker out any of their steps. They distill everything on site. It's their distillation process. They're not brokering in and getting the crop from someone else and then distilling it. They are in charge of everything. They actually hand weed. They don't use any pesticides or herbicides on any of their farmland. All of their farms have actually been true organics for 50 plus years, which is like a true organic standard, not a USDA, which is only 7 years. They're actually in 11 countries around the world. So they have their farms where the crop is indigenous, where it's meant to be grown, and that way they can keep a sustainable farming practice. So very, very cool. One of the things that I will say is really awesome about Young Living is you'll notice they have these white label oils, right? So this is part of their Vitality line. So the Vitality line, the oil is not any different than the oils that are in these colored bottles. It's just highlighting that all of the oils that are in our Vitality line, which I think we're up to about 70 something, are all FDA approved as GRAS, which means generally regarded as safe for consumption. So that's pretty cool. You can ingest, you can use them topically, and you can breathe them in. All amazing. So it's not just for aromatic use. One of the things that you'll notice in the store, if you do find essential oils in the stores, a lot of them will say aromatic only. There's a big point to that because there's something mixed in there. Another thing too, another kicker is if you have any essential oils that ever have expiration dates, that's another kicker. Pure essential oils don't expire. So if it has an expiration date, there's something that's been added to it to create a preservative and create a shelf life. So there's 3 ways to use your oils aromatically. The first is by utilizing your diffuser. Of course, this is aromatic. The second way is by placing a drop of essential oil in your palm. Let's see, we'll go with stress away. So you actually place a drop of essential oil in your palm, and then you can rub your hands together and then cup your nose and your mouth and inhale through your nose. This is your DIY diffuser right here. You always have this diffuser with you no matter where you go. So that's the second way to aromatically use. And then the third way is simply the most frugal way. You open your oil, you smell it, and then you put the lid right back on. So that's the most frugal way to utilize your essential oils. Now, the second way to use essential oils is actually by topical application. So if you don't mix anything and you just apply oil straight to your skin, that's called a neat application, like a neat martini. There's nothing mixed in there. And then you can actually dilute it and use, let's see if I don't have any of my carrier oils around me. You can actually mix it. Here's one of my gemstone rollers. So if you dilute it, this has coconut oil in it and gemstones, really cool. That's a whole nother class. But when you mix the larger oils like olive oil, jojoba oil, coconut oil, almond oil, all of those oils have a larger molecular structure. So it actually creates a ping pong effect with the finite molecules of the oil. So it ping pongs and it continues to penetrate on the skin over and over, but it also slows down the absorption rate. So there's a couple different reasons why you would want to dilute. Children, some children under 2, some of the oils need to be diluted on children under 2. Also, if you're on a blood thinner, there are some specific oils that you should dilute as well. And also, if you ever get sunburn, I'm Irish skin, so I get sunburn a lot. But if you get sunburn, you can actually dilute your lavender oil when you apply it topically, and it'll continue to penetrate the skin over and over. So those would be some options of why you would want to apply diluted oil topically. Also, if it's a hot oil, cinnamon, oregano, stuff like that. All right. The third way to utilize essential oils, these specifically Young Living, is by ingesting them. So you can ingest them in your water, you can cook with them, you can drink them. You can also make your own capsules. So Young Living does make a clear vegetable capsule, and these are 000, I feel like Bond when I say that, 00 size. You just simply open up the capsule, put in the essential oils that you're wanting to ingest, close the capsule, and then take it. Super simple. So whenever we're ingesting our essential oils, especially drinking, we never want them in plastic. So essential oils will break down the plastic and then you will ingest plastic, and that is not what we want. So I recommend like a Hydro Flask or a glass water bottle, stainless steel, totally fine. No aluminum, no styrofoam, no plastic. Ceramic is totally fine. But keep in mind, if you have like a Hydro Flask and you're using one with the silicone straws in the middle, you'll want to take that silicone straw and get a twist top instead, or a flip up top. All right. The next thing that I will say about essential oils is whenever you are using them topically, if they are citrus, so like your lemon, your Stress Away, or your Citrus Fresh, any oils that have a citrus base, you do want to be cautious on whenever you're using those on your skin. They're photosensitive. You need sunscreen 12 hours after you apply them topically if you're going into the sun, or apply them to skin that is covered up by clothing. All right, so the first oil that we're going to talk about is peppermint. That comes in your kit. I love peppermint. A couple things that I do with peppermint. This is my daily go-to to freshen my breath. I actually put a drop on my hand and I'll lick it up. And then I'll rub my tongue to the roof of my mouth to get on all of my taste buds. So what this does, it actually freshens your breath. It'll release head pressure if you have any head tension. It'll also release sinus pressure if you get allergy season or any of that, or if you're just sick and you want to clear it all out. It's also really great at opening up your airways, which oxygenates your brain. You're becoming aware. You're becoming alert and awake. So it's really great to, have first thing in the morning, try to get a little jolt on the day. And then we also use it as a temperature reducer in our home as well. So whenever our children get fevers, which keep in mind, if it's 100-degree fever, that's a good sign. Your body is actually fighting off. It's creating antibodies to fight off whatever's in your body, whatever's in your system. So don't be too paranoid about a temperature that's a low grade. But when it does start to get a little bit higher, we actually use peppermint up and down the spine with a little bit of a carrier oil, either on a cotton ball or a roller. And you start from the brainstem, you go all the way down to the tailbone, and that will help to decrease the temperature. I also love peppermint in my water because water is pretty boring by itself. So if I add a little peppermint, a little mint, a little pep in my step, I love that peppermint in my water. All right, the next one that we're gonna talk about is lavender. So lavender, you probably have already heard of lavender by now. If you have not heard of lavender, you're probably living under a rock because it's everywhere, right? But the thing about lavender is that most lavender, in fact, 95% of lavender that's in the store is synthetic based, fragrance based. So this is pure unadulterated lavender essential oil. It smells incredible. You can smell the earth in it. I actually love to use the lavender for hair care. You could put a drop of lavender in any of your hair care or skincare products and mix it up, and it's a really great skin support, a skin soother. So anything that's red, think lavender. So if you have something red on your skin, use your lavender. Bee stings, bruises, blisters, bumps, rashes, actual burns, sunburns, all of that, you want to use your lavender. Another little tip and trick is I love to put lavender in my mascara. So if you can put 1 drop of lavender in your mascara wand, it'll actually promote your eyelash growth. It's pretty cool, naturally. All right. So the next one that we're going to talk about is lemon. I love lemon because it's a detoxer. Hey, lemons do not get a bad rap. The only thing with real lemons is that they are high in citric acid. So they're very acidic. Whereas when they hit the system, they're actually really alkaline once they get into your GI tract. So here's what's great about the lemon essential oil. Lemon essential oil comes from the rind, the peel of the lemon, not the juice. So you're gonna get all of the alkaline benefits of a lemon without the citric acid downfall. So you can drink this in your water in the morning and you're not gonna harm the enamel on your teeth. You're not gonna create GERD or any of that you would normally get from an actual lemon. So 1 drop of lemon essential oil in your cup of water will be equivalent to an entire lemon squeezed into your glass of water. Lemon is also great for anyone who suffers from UTIs. You can do about 15 drops in a shot glass of water 2 times a day, and you'll find relief pretty quickly from that. Lemon's a great detoxer and a great cleanser. We add it to all of our cleaning products. We also use it on the bottom of the feet whenever anybody's sick to help detox and pull out whatever's stuck in our system. Great at whitening, great at goo gons, great at sticker gons, all of that good stuff. We love our lemon. The next oil that we're going to talk about is frankincense. So frankincense is incredible for grounding. It's prayer support, meditation support, brain support, focus. I love the smell of frankincense. It really calms me down and helps me focus on the task at hand. It's also incredible for wrinkle support. So anything anti-wrinkle, put your frank on it. We love our frank in this house. I actually put it on my face twice a day, just so you know. Copaiba is the next oil we're going to talk about, and copaiba is very similar to a little oil that you might know called CBD. So there's a constituent in CBD called beta-caryophyllene. Copaiba has the same constituent, but it has double of what CBD does. So it's very powerful for anti-inflammation. It's also great skin support, and it's good for teething babies. You can apply it topically to the gum line. Anything that you have inflammation, so internal or external, copaiba is your go-to. It's a very mild smell. You can mix it with any oil and it will turn it into a driver. So it will help get that oil to where it needs to go quickly. The next oil that we're gonna talk about is digest. This is the oil that my son used for his car sickness. And this is digestion support. Look how I'm handing it to you, like you can smell it through smell-o-vision. So it has a blend, a very unique blend. Once you've smelled digest, you know it's digest. This is not one that you would typically diffuse. It's used for tummy, anything GI tract from your esophagus down to your bum. So anything that needs support internally with that, you're gonna use your digest topically on the belly. You can drink it in a glass of water, or you can smell it for anti-nausea. The next oil that we're gonna talk about is Thieves. Thieves is one of my favorite oils by Essential Oil or by Young Living. It's actually what put Young Living on the map. This is based on the story of the thieves that were robbing people who were dying from the plague, and they were not getting sick. They actually got caught months after this went on, and the people, they were sentenced to be hanged, and the people said, no, don't hang them. How will we ever know how we're gonna beat the plague? And so they said, we'll let you live if you tell us how you survived. And they were spice traders. So they actually made this essential oil blend, and they would douse themselves in it, and they would douse bandanas and cover their noses and mouths before they would touch the people who were dying from the plague, and they never got sick. So it's pretty cool. We love the Thieves in our house. I actually drink a drop in the back of the throat once a day. It is a little spicy because it does have cinnamon, so keep that in mind when you're using it on your children. We actually make a roller blend with it. So we'll make one of our little rollers with the Thieves and carrier oil, and the kids just roll it on the bottom of their feet before bed once a day. We also make a spray with the Thieves and a little bit of witch hazel and a little bit of water, and we spray it on the kids' head before school to prevent any creepy crawlies coming home in their hair. We don't want any of that. All right, the next oil that I want to talk about is Raven. So Raven is your go-to for respiratory. So Raven is a powerhouse for anything asthma, allergies, snoring, anything that's respiratory related. Raven is your go-to. You'll notice it has this funny little top on top. His hat right here is actually a child-proof hat. And there's two oils, both Panaway and Raven have that hat on there, and that is to prevent anyone who is under 2 from using it. So this is one of the oils that you need to use with caution. It does have naturally occurring methylsalicylate, which is a blood thinner. So this is nature's blood thinner right here. It's great for anything respiratory because of that, and also for anything that has pain in any areas. Both Panaway and Raven are great for that. So the next one we're going to talk about is Panaway. So this is known as nature's cortisone shot. It has clove, helichrysum, wintergreen, peppermint, and I think that's it. So Panaway we use topically for anything pain related. You can mix it with copaiba for an extra little boost, but just use it topically. You got an owie, or you've got arthritis, anything serious to anything small, this is your go-to oil for that. The next oil that we're going to talk about is Citrus Fresh. This is actually new in the kit. You do not get this size of it. This is just the size I have right now because I love it that much. It's great for an odor reducer. You can diffuse this. It smells so incredible, really uplifting with the citrus and blended with spearmint to give it that extra little kick. It's incredible, and water as well. My husband's favorite in his water. And then the next oil and final oil that we're going to talk about is the Stress Away. So Stress Away is my perfume. I actually love Stress Away so much. And it does taste good in water as well. It's a blood sugar regulator because it does have the acacia in it. It has lime and vanilla, copaiba. It smells incredible on. I love my Stress Away as a daily, okay? So make sure you both taste and use that topically. It's incredible for that. Ningxia Red, again, you're getting those 2 Ningxia Red sample packets in your box. That's a full serving size, each of those packets. So 2 ounces is a serving size. It's a multivitamin, a blood oxygenator, and it does an incredible job for eye health, immune support. It's just our go-to for energy boosting. There's no sugar added, and you're getting an incredible amount of antioxidants and superfoods. So very, very cool. I'm so excited for everybody to be joining us on this journey. And if you're not already signed up for Essential Rewards, now is a great time because you'll be able to check out other stuff, because you did with your starter kit get both your catalog, and you'll get a magazine that will be for the season. So this is a fall magazine. So depending on what time of year you sign up, you'll get an Essential Oils magazine. Love that magazine. So many cool things in there. And then flip through your catalog, because we've got everything from a natural pets line to makeup to baby care, nutrition, supplements. We even have food and kitchen supplies, all kinds of incredible stuff in here. So Essential Rewards is the best way to purchase anything outside of the starter kit, because you're getting 10 to 25% cash back on top of your 24% off wholesale membership. And you're actually gonna get freebies every month. So the freebies will range all the way up to $250, which is so awesome. And then you'll get those Kohl's Cash rewards points to spend on future products. In addition, you're actually gonna get your discounted shipping on top of that. So it's really, really awesome. I am here to answer any questions as always, and I hope that you enjoy our group.